I've seen this discourse on r/Silksong a couple times throughout the past few weeks, and I wanted to make this little video to try to clear the air. Nice transition. The lace debate. Is it weird to ship Hornet with lace? The incorrect side, argument. You shouldn't ship them because Lace is Hornet's aunt. She is one of the daughters of Grandmother Silk, and Hornet is Grandmother Silk's granddaughter. Yeah. The lace debate. Is it weird to ship Hornet with Lace? There's the incorrect side's argument. You shouldn't ship them because Lace is Hornet's aunt. She is one of the daughters of Grandmother Silk, and Hornet is Grandmother Silk's granddaughter. And then there's the other incorrect side. You shouldn't ship them because they're enemies. All right, incorrect side number one, the evidence for it. In game, Lace is explicitly called Grandmother Silk's child by herself and the caretaker. Because she is Grandmother Silk's child and Hornet is the spawn of her blood sibling Hera, Lace must be Hornet's aunt. The evidence against that is that Lace was conceived asexually. Point 1. Silk is DNA. The image on the right depicts Phantom, sibling of Lace and product of Grandmother Silk, in a sort of status/rejuvenation pod. I believe these pods are needed to help halt the aging process that is degrading Phantom's silk. In this scene, Lace says, "She spun us to fade, she spun us to break." This dialogue explicitly tells us that these creations are not immortal by the standards of pale beings. To oversimplify, aging is the degradation of your genes over time. The longer you live, the more genomic instability accrues. Silk/soul production is clearly hereditary, as shown by Hornet in the Red Memory, the only exceptions being the Soul Sanctum Scholars in every single attempted vessel because they've been hollowed out. As a gameplay mechanic, Silk must be harvested from attacking enemies, but we've been told explicitly she can make it herself in her own shell. Silk is DNA, as seen in the first Sinner memory. Silk was forced onto Farlids to make them evolve into weavers. It was only after this that they could synthesize and manipulate silk. Viruses do something similar to Grandmother Silk in a process called integration. They inject their prophage, their viral DNA segment, into the cell, which then reads the DNA and replicates the original virus. Much like what Grandmother Silk did to the weavers, they were able to produce silk in their own bodies after they had the DNA necessary. Here's an illustration of that from the Encyclopedia Britannica. The existence and fallout of the White Ward. The surgeons in the White Ward forcefully injected silk into the denizens of the Citadel, which granted them near agelessness, e.g. Conductor Ballador. Hornet, in a conversation with the caretaker, says, "The children born of them, and all the pilgrims after, the silk has seeded deep into this kingdom's shells, generations deep." This more than confirms that the synthesis of silk is hereditary. Its manipulation, however, might be dependent on true lineage and placement in the higher being caste system. My theory, my game theory, is this. Silk is a form of soul that contains the genetic information needed to synthesize itself. Once a being has silk in their body, their gametes, reproductive cells, gain that information. After fertilizing or being fertilized, the resulting zygote cell has the genes needed to synthesize silk. And now that we're on the same page, smooth. The genealogy of Lace. Lace is not Grandmother Silk's daughter. Lace is a genetic clone of Grandmother Silk. Asexual reproduction is the process where an organism reproduces without the involvement of gametes, creating a genetically identical clone. It is unknown if Grandmother Silk is even capable of sexually reproducing, since we know for a fact she didn't engage in sexual reproduction to birth any of her children. In the case of Lace and Phantom, there's that Needle-In dialogue. She spun both of her silk creations. Conclusion. Incorrect side 1 is not incorrect because the principle of their argument is flawed. They're wrong because they use the wrong terminology. Lace and Hornet shouldn't be shipped because Lace genetically is Hornet's grandmother. Incorrect side 2 is wrong because that's a dumb reason not to ship people. You can argue with me. If you have any evidence against my points or your own theories, you can comment them. It'd be nice. You know, I like engaging with this community sometimes when they like reading. This is the first video I've posted to this channel, as you can see. I definitely want to do this again. I want to talk about lifeblood. I've been interested in genealogy for a long time. I'm a minor math major. I love alchemy in Minecraft. I love the whole concept. I love witches and using nether wart to make silly potions. I love it. I want to be a competitive Pokemon player. I teach people how to play competitive Pokemon in a Discord server I'm in, as well as friends in real life. I want to be a 3D modeler slash animator so I can make my own fake mon. And I'm trying to catch up to One Piece because all my friends watch it. And I'm still not past Enies Lobby, so I'm trying to finish it real quick. Here are some cool people I like: the British guy, the baggy guy, the turtle bitch, and the coolest guy on the internet possibly ever, Professor Dave Explains. Love his content. If you need help learning literally anything, I guarantee you he has a video on it. This is not sponsored. And the last guy, he's sort of unknown. Incineroar from Pokemon. World champ difference, baby. You gotta love it. He's won like 2 world championships. He's so cool. That that's all. Like it, subscribe because you definitely want to see more of this. Yeah, this is like the second. No, no, not so. This is the third time I've had to record this. It's so weird talking into a mic by yourself. It's so awkward. I kept misspeaking. Lifeblood video in like 5 days. Um, yeah, this slideshow format's pretty cool. Yeah. It's very, very fast, very simple to make these. So, be watch out for that. Subscribe.